You have fire in your gut? Okay, we're here for a reason to win games. So if you didn't have that fire in your gut, you better light the fire pretty fast.
Welcome back to the latest greatest episode of the 7 Points Podcast. My name is Jayden May, joined as always by my co-host Quentin Crisco. Break down every game of the week for you in a quick, short 15 to 20 minutes. Starting out, Thursday Night Football, Commanders, Eagles. Eagles minus 3.5. Total 48.5. What do you think?
I'm staying away from it. My gut says to take the Eagles here, but the Commanders have been too feisty. They haven't lost games by like multiple scores or even 7 a lot. So they've found ways to score points and stay in the game. So I'm avoiding it.
Yeah, I lean the over here, but yeah, I'm not taking this one either. All right, next up, we got Jaguars, Lions. Lions 13.5 point favorites, 47.5 point total. Lions coming off a wild game, probably the worst game we've seen under the Dan Campbell-led Lions, and they won the game versus Houston. 13.5 points, a big number here. I'm staying away from it. I think the Jaguars are a little bit too talented. I think they can come and backdoor this thing for sure if you bet on the Lions. And also, I don't feel safe betting on the Jaguars either, so I'm staying away from this one.
I agree with you. I mean, I think the Lions are a little bit due for a bit of a letdown after, putting a lot of energy into last week's comeback, but that's not enough for me to take the Jaguars here with Mac Jones at quarterback. Like, no thanks.
All right, next up we got Packers Bears in the game of the week. Bears are 5.5 point dogs, 41.5 point total here. I'm not betting this one. I lean Bears. I think Bears Packers history. I think this is one of those where the Bears never win when they need a win against the Packers, and they desperately need a win right now, but not in the same way where I don't think the implications are there like they have in some of the years past where they've lost. I think this is just one of those where it's like, oh, now the Bears beat them situation. So for that, I like the Bears, but I'm not actually betting it.
The Bears haven't covered 7 points against the Packers since December 2018. I'm taking Packers minus 5.5. Simple as that.
Simple as that. All right, next up we have Rams, Patriots. Patriots 4.5 point dogs. 44.5 point total here. I don't know what to think about the Rams. Every time you think, oh, the Rams are back, they're about to go on a heater, they throw up another stinker. So I don't know. I think the Patriots are feisty. I think Drake May is looking pretty good as leading that team at quarterback right now. So avoiding this one, but I would probably lean Patriots.
Lean towards the under, I guess, if I have a lean on this.
Yeah.
I don't feel good enough about either of these sides to take it, so I'm staying away from it. But I think that under is in play though at 44.5.
Yeah, I agree. Next up we have Browns Saints. 1.5 point favorites at home, 44.5 point total. I still don't think the Saints are very good. They got a big time win against the Falcons last week. Falcons lost the game every bit as much as the Saints won that game. We kind of talked about in the long form. Jameis is a roller coaster. We saw bad Jameis last time we saw him. We could see good Jameis here, revenge game. We both like the Browns on the money line here. I know we have a parlay with them, but I'm not betting this game by itself. Are you?
Yeah, I'm on Browns money line. Give me that
Okay.
Jameis that sweet Jameis revenge game. Like I think the Browns are the much better, much more talented team here, and I think that they're going to bounce back from a rough loss previously, and they were on a bye this past week, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah, they're coming off a bye. Give me Browns money line. I like a lot. Plus 100.
All right, now we got Vikings versus the Titans. Titans 5.5 point dogs at home, 40.5 point total here. This is another game I'm not taking, but I have a heavy lean towards the Titans. I actually like them on the money line as well. I think that defensive line can absolutely wreak havoc versus the Vikings. And maybe Will Levis can do something crazy and keep the Titans in this. Vikings, I think they're a good, solid team, but I think they're a little overrated right now. So I would lean towards the Titans, but I'm not betting it.
Slight lean towards the Titans. I do think Brian Flores might just get an utter disaster game out of Will Levis. We'll see. But like you said, I like that Titans defense. I think Sam Darnold is almost fully back into Sam Darnold form here. So I think the Titans will be in this game and have a real chance to win, but I'm not actually betting it because I don't trust the Titans at all.
All right, now we have Colts versus Jets. Jets somehow 3.5-point favorites at home, 43.5-point total here. The Jets are dead in every sense of the word. I want to like the Colts here. Joe Flacco hasn't looked great these past couple of weeks. Maybe we can get something out of A.D. Mitchell. I don't know, but I'm definitely not betting on the Jets, so I got to avoid this one. I would probably like the Colts in this game if I had to, or even like the over 43.5. A lot of highly skilled players in this game. You have a Breece Hall, you have a Jonathan Taylor, you have a Devontae Adams, you have a A.D. Mitchell, you have a Garrett Wilson. Maybe we see a points barrage.
Mm-hmm. If I'm betting anything, it's the over 43.5. I don't really trust anything else on this spread to consider it.
Points barrage. All right, next up we have Raiders versus the Dolphins. Dolphins 7.5-point favorites after coming off that win versus the Rams on Monday Night Football with a 44.5-point total here. I would lean Dolphins here. I think the Raiders are done-ski. Raiders have kept it close a couple of times this year. This is the only reason why I'm not betting this game. I think they can probably keep it within that 7.5 number. But they just got blown out by the Bengals. They have been blown out a couple of times this year. Dolphins are looking better with a healthy Tua. So I would lean Dolphins, but yeah, I can't take them at that number right now.
Yeah, lean towards the Dolphins here. I can't actually bet the Dolphins at a number like this until I see Tyreek Hill have a go-off game.
Or Jalen Waddle or somebody.
Yeah, I mean, I need to see it from Tyreek Hill. Because Tyreek Hill is the guy who changes defenses. So, I need to see him be that threat before I'm willing to bet this big a number for the Dolphins. But a lean towards the Dolphins here.
All right, and then we have Ravens-Steelers game of the week, possibly. Steelers 3.5-point dogs at home, 48.5-point total here. I like the Steelers plus 3.5. I also like them on the money line here. Mike Tomlin as a dog. Russ has been playing really, really well for him. They got that deep threat in Mike Williams there now. Ravens-Steelers always a knockout, drag-out fight. So I'm excited to watch this game. AFC North, it should be a hell of a game. So I'm taking Steelers here, but it wouldn't shock me in the slightest if the Ravens come out and lay it on them either. I think Lamar is clear-cut about to get his third MVP right now, so it should be a hell of a game.
Yeah, I got Steelers plus 3.5 in this one. Mike Tomlin, home dog, makes all the sense in the world. He's throwing shots at Deontay Johnson already, talking about how they got bigger things to worry about on their offense than Deontay Johnson. Just throwing that shade. But Steelers plus 3.5.
We got Seahawks 49ers NFC West matchup. 49ers 6.5-point favorites at home, 50.5-point total here. This is another one I'm not betting, but I would lean heavily towards the 49ers. I might actually bet them before the weekend comes around. I think the 49ers are about to absolutely go on a run right now. And we talked about it in the long form, but Seahawks are just in a kind of a bad place right now. So I like the 49ers here.
I'm staying away from this one. Lean towards the 49ers. I don't know what the Seahawks coaching staff looks like coming out of a bye week. So that's the reason it's just a lean, because they could surprise me. They could lay a dud. I just don't know until I see some history.
All right. Then we have Falcons, Broncos. Broncos 2.5-point favorites at home, 43.5-point total here. This is another one where I don't have a side here. I would probably lean towards the over here, 43.5. Just because I think the Broncos, I think the Falcons can absolutely be scored on. And I think in desperation mode, I think they can definitely put up some points on the Broncos as well. But this is a hard game to judge. Two teams kind of in different, two completely different teams, at two teams that are kind of the exact same at the same time. So hard to gauge, really, but yeah, I'd probably lean Falcons. I'll probably lean over.
Yeah, I think I'd lean over on this, but I want nothing to do with this game. I can see it going either way. I think it's the pricing here at -2.5 is exactly where I think it should be. So there's no value for this for me to bet it.
Yeah. All right, then we have Chiefs, Bills. Bills 1.5-point favorites at home, 45.5-point total here. I'm taking the under. I got it at 46.5. And number one rule of gambling: don't bet against Fat Pat. You don't want to be the guy Monday morning who didn't take Pat outright as an underdog. So yeah, I'm taking Chiefs money line and under 46.5.
Always take Pat Mahomes money line. Give me Chiefs money line. When it's plus money, it's just obvious.
All right, then we got Bengals, Chargers. Chargers -1.5, 46.5-point total here. I'm taking the Bengals. Joe Burrow has been red hot. I think the Bengals start getting rolling here. And I think Chargers are going to Charger and going to find their way back to that 500 range by the end of the season. They're 2 games over 500 right now. They're going to lose some games. I think this is a game they lose. Give me Joey B and the Bengals and Jamar Chase to go out there and get a big-time win.
Will Levis last week against the Chargers had one of the best quarterback ratings in the NFL. Makes me instantly skeptical of the Chargers defense. Joey B is a whole different monster than that. So I think there's going to be points. I think the Bengals defense has allowed a lot of points this year. They've been pretty rough. I think the Chargers are going to put up points. Give me the over 46.5.
All right, now we got Texans, Cowboys, game of the week. Cowboys 7.5-point underdogs at home, 42.5-point total here. Want nothing to do with this game. I would take the Texans if I had to, but 7.5 is a lot of points for a home dog, and you just never know what you're going to get when you have a backup quarterback situation like they have in Dallas right now. And Texans getting Nico Collins back can probably go out there and put up a lot of points, but no, I'm not confident enough to take that number at 7.5. So
I got this number at -6.5, so I took Texans -6.5. Bump up that extra digit to 7.5. I probably wouldn't take it. So take that for what you will. I've got Texans -6.5.
All right, then for college football, I have 4 bets for you this week. I have Texas Longhorns -13.5 going to Arkansas at Boston College, going to SMU +17, Tennessee +10 at Georgia if Nico Iamaleava plays, and then I have Nebraska USC over 50.5.
Then I've got Tulane -6.5 at Navy. I've got LSU -4.5 at Florida. I've got the Tennessee money line at Georgia at +290, and I also took Tennessee +10.5 because I think if they don't win, they should cover.
Hell yeah, and that'll do it for this week. Our favorite team is on a bye, so don't forget about them Arizona Cardinals as they're on bye week. So that's the theme of the season. Don't sleep on them. They're going to go get some rest, and they're going to come back stronger than ever.
Caca.
That's how we've won all year, team, right? Yes, you held them to 20 points, man. Yes, you gave us a chance at the end. I got 3 words for you. You like that? Yeah!